Hey everyone, Sherwood Small Pets here. So I'm here with Mr. Sherwood and Ohana, and we are going to be talking about guinea pig health checks. This is something that we do on a regular basis, at least weekly. With our older pigs, we do it more frequently. Ohana is not impressed with us right now. I don't really know why. He's going through some puberty, and but we thought he'd be a good example because he's our pig with the longest coat right now, and he's also a male. So we've got some stuff we're going to show you. Then we're going to get Robin Hood out to show you some stuff on him because he's our oldest pig. Now the first thing I want to mention, when it comes to health checks, they're kind of useless if you don't have a vet to go to if something's wrong. Health checks aren't just a casual thing. They are, to detect something early if you can. And if you detect something, you want to be able to take care of it post haste. And that requires an exotic vet. That could mean driving a ways away. It's not easy finding an exotic vet. We've had horrendous experiences, actually just recently with Gwen. One of our health checks one morning, actually it wasn't even a health check, I just walked in and her breathing was off, and I was like, okay, we need to go to the vet. And there was a vet actually right near us that's won awards for its exotic pet care. And I've never walked out of a place more insulted and more concerned, right, love? It was terrible. She didn't know 3/4, she had to actually look up what meds were safe for guinea pigs, and I was like, are you kidding me? It was terrible. And so we were at least able to convince her to give her the meds that we knew that Gwen needed. And at the end of the day, Gwen is better now, but we have a new vet, thank God. And it was just traumatic for everyone. It was a waste of time for Gwen because we had to stress her out and bring her outside. And it was just a waste of everything. And that can happen very easily. So don't be afraid to ask your vet questions. They're your vet. Demand excellence from them because they're looking after your pets, right? So that being said, there is another resource that it used to be the Holy Grail, and I think it's kind of been, for some reason, people don't pay as much attention to it anymore, and they really should, because its information is phenomenal, and that's Guinea links. I'm going to put the link down below in the description. If I forget, I notoriously do, somebody just yell at me, it's fine. But I should have it up there. Their information is amazing. I reference them all the time. Rescues reference them all the time. It's an amazing resource, and it's just invaluable. Okay, so one of the big things that you do with guinea pigs health checks is weight. It is an early sign of something being wrong. Guinea pigs are prey animals, so they are very, very good at hiding illnesses, especially for long periods of time. They will hide it until, they're on the brink of death, if they can. And so one thing they cannot keep from us, they're giving me sass because they know veggies are after this. One thing they can't hide from us is weight loss. So if you weigh your guinea pig every week, you want to keep a log of it because just weighing them is useless. Because you have to remember specifics. Good luck. Where are you going, Ohana? He's like, I don't know. So you want to make sure that you weigh them every single week. Our scale, I'll just show it to you. Our scale is right here. It is not the greatest scale in the world. However, it's accurate, so it works. One of the big, quote, splurges with my new job is I plan on getting a new scale, which I'm very excited about. But this one's worked for us for a long time. We put a bowl on top because you can't just put a guinea pig on a flat scale. They won't sit. So we will start our health check with Ohana with weighing him. You always want to make sure you have a book to record that. You can record everything in that. I have a separate book for things like meds just because I would be scatterbrained and lose information all in one book, but you do what works for you. But yeah, so let's weigh Ohana. Okay, so your guinea pig's not always going to cooperate with this part. So Ohana weighs 8 grams, which is normal for him. He is still growing, so I don't expect his weight to be the same every week. Because he's still growing, and he'll be growing for a little bit still. So that's his, I expect to see going up. Everybody else you hope stays normal, except for, again, like Hugh, my younger pigs are still growing. What are you doing? But yes, so that's the first part of the health check. The next thing that we do is, come here. No. Okay, so the next thing we do, can you just turn him around for me? So he's facing me. Awesome. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to check your guinea pig's eyes, which he doesn't want me to look at. There you go. You want their eyes to be bright, and they kind of come out. You want them to be bright. You want them to be clear of crust, which his are, and you don't want them to be swollen. If anything like that is going on, either it can be an early sign of an upper respiratory infection, swollen, there could be hay in it, or he could have jabbed it with hay. Guinea pigs are very good at doing that. But either way, they need a vet. For hay pokes, you can tell hay pokes can be a very serious thing, especially if it's not looked after. Next thing you want to check is their nose. You want it to be clear of discharge and crustiness. Yeah, look at that nose. Isn't that stellar? And then the next thing you want to check, oh, this is going to be so fun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this on film. You want to be able to check. See, I'm used to not having a camera in front of my face when I do this. But you got to be able to check their teeth. I don't know if you're going to see anything on here. He's like, this is why I picked Ohana, because he's not going to bite me, thankfully. Okay, but you want to make sure you check their teeth. You want them to be both to be even. And if one's missing, it could have been a fight, in which case you have to inspect their cage mate. They could have chewed something like bars or something. In that case, there's something else going on. And if you see drool around their mouth, then you got to ask yourself, that could be something going on in the back, same as if their teeth are uneven. So we can't see their molars, so in that case, if you see anything like that, again, vet. Can you bring it back? Next, you check their ears. Now, one thing when guinea pigs don't live by themselves, they often will clean each other's ears. His ears are black. You're not going to be able to see anything on there. But his ears are clear. Guinea pigs, their partners will often clean their ears, and that's just something that they do as part of grooming. And that's good. You don't have to hold him now. He's okay now. But you want to make sure their ears don't have debris in them, or hair in this case with a longer-haired pig. Isn't he pretty? He knows it too. Okay, so the next thing that we check with all guinea pigs, but long-haired pigs especially, because they can hide a lot. Like this hair, there's a lot that can go wrong under here without us seeing it. So you always want to give them a gentle, but thorough feel. He's eating my sweater. That's good. That's him telling me he's had enough. Okay. So you check their bodies all around. Bumps can be cysts, they can be tumors, they can be fatty lumps. You'll see on Robin Hood what a cyst looks like, or what his cyst looks like. Bumps on their tummy can be the most troublesome. You want to always make sure you check for that. Now with long-haired pigs, the other thing that you absolutely must check for on a regular, if not daily, then very regular basis, is mats. Now mats can literally show up anywhere. He's got one. We literally just cut some out of him like 2 days ago. And he's got one already starting right here. And to get rid of, I'm not going to do this on camera because that's just, but you want to make sure you have rounded tip scissors, because trust me, if you think that you're good at cutting hair, you've never dealt with a feisty guinea pig, trust me. So he's about had enough, but okay, so the last thing, the other thing you have to check with pigs is you want to make sure that you check their skin all over. You pull back their hair, because it can be an infestation of mites, lice. That can show up very unexpectedly. Skin infections like ringworm. All of those things need a vet. And the other thing you check, can you just lift him up and we'll show his belly? The other thing you need to check is, with boys, is their junk. I'm not going to show any more of that because somebody's going to get freaked out. But you always want to make sure that you check their genitals. Boys can get impacted so quickly, especially either long-haired pigs and males that aren't on fleece, because you guys know, they're like little hoovers. They drag their butts and they collect stuff. And you don't want to be cleaning out their anal sac every day. That's just unnecessary. But if you see stuff start to collect, then what you use is coconut oil and a Q-tip, and that, you're not digging for gold, but you just keep it clean, because trust me, it can get serious really quickly. I've never had to deal with it, thankfully, but I think he's about had enough. So that is, the other thing I always do is I check their breathing, just because it can make the difference between losing a pig. A guinea pig that gets sick can get sick very, very quickly, and even leaving them during the day to go to work and then think about what you're going to do when you get home can make the difference. But yeah, you want to check that. Oh, and their feet. Can you just pull him up again? So you want the pads of always support their bum. You want the pads of their feet to be normal. Okay, he's over it. To be soft and not to be scaly or with red patches, because that can be either urine burns or just skin problems in general. You want to avoid that. Yeah, so that's Ohana. We're gonna show you just a couple little things on Robin Hood, and then that'll be it. But that's the general health check for us, and now I'll show you a couple other things to look for on an older pig. Something to mention really quickly is if you have any issues with feet, especially in the winter, dry patches on feet or on ear or feet are really common. I like the Perfect Paws ointment by Gorgeous Guineas, and then if there's drier patches on ears, which can happen also, I like to use the Quench lotion. Not horribly expensive, and they ship worldwide. I absolutely love their stuff because it's formulated for guinea pigs. Okay, so here's Robin Hood. He is our oldest boy. He is at least 4. We aren't sure, to be honest with you, how much older than that he is. Things we keep an eye on are his eyes. He has, I don't think you're going to be able to see them on the camera. Maybe you can. He's got some age spots around his eyes, which we've had looked at. They're normal. His ears, again, they're clean. He has, the older the pig, the weirder their nails get. He won't like me for this, but his nails are actually really buggered because he lived in a really crappy home, and his nails just got twisted, and they've never got their shape back. So we have to be really careful cutting his nails. That, on top of having really long quicks, makes him just super special in all aspects. But the main difference with him compared to any of the other pigs that we do health checks on, come here, baby, you're fine. He's like, I'm not fine, this sucks. Robin Hood has a cyst. So as you can see, it's almost completely overgrown with hair. He does not touch it. I don't really know if he knows that it's there, to be honest. But that's a cyst. It hasn't grown in over 6 months. But it's something we have to keep an eye on. He actually can't be put under with anesthetics, so we have to be really, really careful and keep a really special eye on him. But we had it checked out. That's the end of the day. I mean, it could be a cyst, it could be something else, but you always want to make sure that you know what it is before going forward. So I guess at the end of the day, you can be pro at vet checks, but you still want to have, there's his buggered nails. You always want to have a good vet on hand, just in case. And don't be afraid to use them. Because if you've got a good vet that you can rely on, it can make it's the difference between life and death with your pig. And health checks can save their lives. So yeah, I hope this video was useful. If you've got any questions, if I missed anything due to rambling or like uncooperative pigs, let me know. And yeah, it's a veggie time. And I'll get back to them as soon as I can. We will see you all real soon. I've got a haul video coming up next so that you can get over some of the over-informative videos. I really appreciate that you guys met my 2016 channel goals so well. That was really appreciated. I loved hearing that some of you guys were motivated to make more informational videos after watching it. That was really, really nice to listen or to see. And you're going to be seeing so much more of these guys this year, and I can't wait for our next video. We will talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye.